What's your most depressing secret?
For years, I told everyone my dad left our family when I was 9. That was the story, that he packed a suitcase one night and walked out after a huge fight with my mom. Everyone believed it. Teachers, friends, even my grandparents nodded sadly when they heard it. Like they understood, like it made sense. But that's not what really happened. The real story, I saw everything. I was the only one awake that night. It was a Wednesday, middle of the week, nothing special. I was supposed to be asleep, but I'd snuck downstairs to watch TV under my blanket in the living room. The volume was barely on, just enough that I could hear it. Mom was already asleep upstairs. She always went to bed early on work nights. Around 11, I heard the garage door open. Dad's truck pulling in, but something felt wrong immediately. He never used the garage entrance. He always came through the front door, keys jingling, calling out, "I'm home," even when nobody answered. This time, silence. I heard the door from the garage crack open slowly. Then I heard him whisper, "Marvin!" "Shh, quiet boy, good dog. Our dog, Marvin!" This old golden retriever who loved my dad more than anything in the world. Marvin slept by the front door every single night, waiting for Dad to come home from his shift at the warehouse. I peeked around the corner of the couch, staying low. My dad was in the kitchen, moving fast but quiet. He grabbed the step stool, reached up to the top cabinet where Mom kept the emergency cash in an old coffee tin. He stuffed it into his jacket pocket. Then he opened the pantry and started loading a backpack with canned soup, crackers, peanut butter, stuff that wouldn't go bad. My heart was pounding so loud, I thought he'd hear it. He went into the hallway next into Mom's bedroom. I heard a drawer slide open. He came back out holding something shiny. Mom's pearl necklace, the one her grandmother gave her. The one she only wore on Christmas. That's when I knew he wasn't coming back. He knelt down on the kitchen floor, and Marvin trotted over to him, tail wagging slow and happy. Dad wrapped both arms around him and pressed his face into Marvin's fur. He stayed like that for what felt like forever. I could see his shoulders shaking a little. Then he whispered something I couldn't hear. Marvin licked his cheek. Dad stood up. He adjusted the backpack on his shoulder, looked around the kitchen one last time. And then he walked back into the garage and closed the door behind him. No fight, no yelling, no goodbye. I sat there frozen on the couch until I heard his truck start up and pull out of the driveway. Then it was just quiet again. Marvin stood at the garage door for a minute, whining softly. Then he went back to his spot by the front door and laid down. I didn't sleep that night. I just stared at the ceiling in my room, trying to understand what I'd just seen. The next morning, Mom made pancakes like it was any other Thursday. She hummed while she cooked. She asked me if I wanted chocolate chips in mine. I said yes, but I couldn't eat them. My stomach felt like it was full of rocks. Dad didn't come home that day or the next. By the weekend, Mom's face looked different, tighter. Her eyes were red, but she smiled when she talked to me. Monday morning, she sat me down at the kitchen table. She held my hand and said, "Your father left us. We had a big fight Friday night, and he decided he didn't want to be part of this family anymore." I just stared at her. "It's easier this way," she said quietly. "People will understand a fight. We'll say it was sudden. We'll say he got angry and left." "Okay," I nodded. What else could I do? I was 9 years old, so that became the story. The lie we told everyone. Teachers gave me sympathetic looks in the hallway. My best friend's mom brought over castles for 2 weeks straight. My grandparents sent cards with money inside and wrote things like, "Stay strong and it's not your fault." But it felt like